This is great news if you are one of the 2 million workers in Great Britain, especially if you work in the hospitality and service industry. In short, a major legal change is on its way for you. Holding back tips and service charges from you as a worker will be made illegal from the 1st of October 2024. In outline, the Employment Allocation of Tips Act 2023 amends existing laws to create a statutory obligation on your employer to allocate tips, gratuities, and service charges to you as a worker without deductions. Remember, the new law covers qualifying tips, gratuities, and service charges. That is either tips received directly by an employer, e.g. tips or service charges paid to an employer using a credit card or debit card, and worker received tips, which are subject to employer controls, e.g. where the employer directs that tips are shared amongst other workers. The new law does not interfere with existing tipping practices where tips are paid directly to you as a worker in cash and kept, or informally pooled by the workers themselves. In other words, where your employer does not exercise control over the tips. The new law also provides that your employer must allocate qualifying tips to workers in a fair and transparent manner. Pay qualifying tips to workers within 1 month of the end of the month in which they were received, subject only to authorized deductions, e.g. PAYE, where relevant. Have a written policy on allocating qualifying tips that is available to workers, and maintain records of all qualifying tips distributed and make this available to workers on request. Any failure to apply the law on tips by your employer means you can take your employer to an employment tribunal. Please seek specialist legal advice from a specialist employment lawyer if you have any issues. Feel free to comment, follow, like, and share.